Hey amigos, welcome, long time no see. Welcome back to some more videos, and man oh man, BBTAG is fun again. Oh boy, breath of fresh air from this brand new patch that we just received. It is patch time. Patch is here. I've said this many times already, but man, is it really exciting to see this game get updated to like, and not just like updated, but this game got like updated. There's a lot of stuff that has changed, including characters, including mechanics, system changes, all sorts of new characters, all sorts of stuff has happened. And I want to take this opportunity to go over all of the changes. So a lot of people, come to me, ask me, approach me, and ask what changed, what exactly happened with this patch. Well, I want to take this opportunity to show you guys what exactly happened throughout this patch. This video is going to be specifically for the system mechanics and the changes that happened, mechanically and such, with all the different mechanics that happened and all the crazy stuff that the mechanics have done with the specific teams and specific things. A lot of things have changed for the better, and I want to go over them. Now, right here, I have two different versions. I have both versions. I have the new version and I have the old version. We're going to be actually comparing them from old to new visually, and I thought that would be the best way to be able to showcase these system mechanics. So, without further ado, let's get right into the new system changes that BBTAG has implemented. All right, here we are in the lab, ladies and gentlemen. Well, actually, I have two different labs here. So here's how I'm going to be working this video, okay? We're going to be having a pre-patch lab, which is this right here. Just remember that this background and this specific screen is pre-patch. This is before the changes were implemented. And of course, there is the post-patch lab. And this stage, this setting right here, this scene is where all the changes were implemented. This is what you're going to be, this is the definitive version of what we have right now. All right, so let's start off with, of course, the first change, and probably one of the most important changes, because this mechanic or this strategy was so strong with BBTAG. It was so freaking strong, and it was so I think overpowered, and it was just so it should not be in the game at all. And that's the DP assist, the DP assist strategy, which is, of course, if you guys don't know what it is, it's basically when you throw out a reversal like this, and then you have an assist behind you to keep it either safe or continue the combo with. It's a very strong strategy. There's some characters that were just super good at this, and there was nothing you could do about it. One of these strategies was, one of these characters was My S. My S was a really big one. Mitsuru Waldstein was a huge one as well. Yang Waldstein, a whole bunch of different characters that could do this were really very strong just because of this mechanic alone. Even if you tried to interrupt it when you were knocked down and you tried to do a counter hit pretty much, or you tried to do something, anything, you would get blown up. So now that's the first thing that they changed. That no longer happens anymore. Whenever there's an assist out, it no longer becomes invincible. But here's the change right here live. Okay, so here is that change right here. That is it right there. So let me I have a situation recorded where Ragnar's gonna try and hit me out of the situation. Okay, he's gonna try and hit me out, and then we'll be good to go. All right, here we go. You see how I blew right through that. There was no way he was gonna hit me out of it. And this is a big thing. You could use this defensively. So if you're knocked down, just DP assist out. If you would just want to oppress the opponent, like knock them down, and just do this, you can. There's nothing they can do about it really. So it's very strong. All right, so that was the first change. So let's take a look at the change afterwards. Of course, here it is right here. We are in the version that has implemented all the changes and such. So here is the big difference, and you can see it visually right away. You see that she doesn't glow red anymore. She doesn't glow red anymore. So that means it's no longer invincible. So if somebody tries to hit me out of it, they most definitely can. So let's try out the same situation that we just did in the pre-patch build, okay? So, whoops, I messed up there. Okay, here we go again. Whoops, that's my bad. There it is right there. He just beat me clean right there. The previous attempt was because I did it too early. And of course, if you do it early, it's going to be the thing. So anyways, yeah, so that is now a thing. Anytime you try to, or traded there in that situation, that just means we evenly, traded hits there. I try to do it right there again. Let's try it again. there it is again. I can't do it anymore. So very, very good. That's the first change that they implemented. It's a very good change. Good on your Arc system, because that was such a strong thing. It was, in my opinion, was killing the game, man. It was just prevented so many strategies, so many different things. You could just override everything by doing DP assist. It's so strong. So that's the first change. All right, here we are with change number 2 in this video, and this is another really big one. This is a huge change as well that made this specific team that I'm playing right here, Team Gorby, extremely strong. And it was a change that a lot of people wanted gone. We thought it was a bug at first, but I think it's just the game wasn't necessarily tested incredibly well. So they changed it. They finally changed the cross combo invul thing that they had. So every single character, not just this team right here, or every single team, by the way, every time you go into cross combo, all right? So if you go into cross combo and then you decided to do a move, an active switch right out of it, it becomes invincible, completely invincible. I'm talking like everything, including Grim Reapers, okay? So it could basically ended up being you doing a Grim Reaper, just like straight up switching into Ruby, and you like roaming around, and they cannot do anything. They cannot reversal, they cannot do anything. There's just an invincible Grim Reaper coming straight at you. It's like a train. So they changed that. So now every time you active switch out in cross combo, when you go in cross combo and you active switch out of it and you do a special move, they no longer is invincible. It's no longer invincible. So you can hit the move that came out of active switch, if you know what I mean. So here's, I'll just visually show you guys right here, okay? I set the computer, as you saw, to reversal immediately as soon as, because it's blocking right now. So anytime it senses something like it's out of block stun, it just immediately reversals. So just to give you a good example of this invincible cross combo thing, is this right here. There it is right there. So there's no way that he could hit Gordo. No way. I'll show it off again, actually. I'll show it off again here. There we go. There's no way he could hit Gordo at all. It's just an invincible Grim Reaper coming at you, and there's nothing you can do about it. So that's the first, that's the change. And so they took that out. Thank goodness, by the way. Thank goodness they took that out. So now, after the patch, you can now hit Gordo out of the invincible Grim Reaper. Like so. Here it is. So yeah, you can now hit Gordo out of it or anything. So any active switch, if you active switch out of a special move, it no longer becomes invincible, which is awesome because it was so in certain situations, it was so bad. So bad. And the previous patch that came out for BBTAG didn't take care of this glitch, which was really sad. So finally, they were able to take care of the stupid glitch, because it just made for some hilarious moments where the person tried to hit the special move and they just couldn't. And now you can, which is a huge relief that you can. So that's the other change. The next change is actually a nerf to the cross combo gauge. So whenever you went into cross combo, you had plenty of time to be able to do what you want, active switch and control both characters. So now they actually made it so it depletes a lot faster when you have more than one of those blocks. So if you have 100% cross gauge, that means that it's going to be depleted. That first bar, that first gauge is going to deplete a lot faster than regular. So let me show you what I mean. So here it is before the patch. Here it is before the patch, just to move slowly. Same thing with the second gauge, pretty consistently like that. And now if we go ahead and take a look at the post patch, let's take a look at how the meter consumption is in this game. All right, let's take a look at it. As you can see, it's a lot faster within that first block. The second block seems the same. However, the first block went a lot faster than pre-patch. The second block looks normal. The first block went by super quick. And what this does is basically gives you less time to cross combo and do shenanigans like in pre-patch. So once again, that was post-patch, and let's take a look at pre-patch once again. So here is pre-patch here. Oops, have to do this. And that is pre-patch right here. Yeah, so it's a lot slower than it is post-patch. So yeah, that is the other change to the cross combo gauge. All right, here we are with the other change that they implemented, which is a push block change. They actually nerfed push block by adding some more recovery whenever you push block. So you can no longer push block and then do a long range move to be able to punish. This was especially strong for characters like Blake, Gordeau, New 13, and Yang if you wanted to, like, bionic arm or burning gold right through somebody just to catch their recovery. So I'm going to be showing you the actual push block change, and the way that I'm going to be showing you is that Gordeau previously, I'm going to show you right now, Gordeau and New 13, Blake, whoever, was able to punish specific block strings by just push blocking and then just doing a 5B or a 6B, whatever, like a micro walk 5B to be able to punish accordingly. It was really, really strong. So let's actually show this off here. I have Ragna actually recorded to do a specific block string, and I'm going to be doing it and trying to punish Ragna's block string. So here we go. Very easy. There it is right there. All right. So that is the actual, so that was pre-patch. That was before the actual change came into play. And for the most part, they gave it more recovery. So let's take a look at it after patch right here. And I have Ragna doing the exact same thing, but this time I think it's going to be a little bit different. As you can see, he's able to block it. And, oh, by the way, in the previous version, this one right here, I have him set to block right afterward, just like here. So for the most part, that is the actual change. There is a lot more recovery to the actual the push block. So he isn't able to basically punish as easily as before. As you can see, it's a lot more recovery. So doesn't mean that you can't punish it. It's just a little bit harder to, because there's a lot more recovery, and that's the change. That's pretty much the change, everybody. All right, moving on to the next one. All right, so the next change is actually going to be a distortion skill change, and it's actually not to the actual super itself. It's to the follow-up supers, the ones that come right after the first one. So if you don't know, it's called the Distortion Skill Duo. So if you don't know what it is, it's basically when you do your first one and then you press a button to be able to send in your second character. That's a Distortion Skill Duo. It's that second super that comes in after the first one. So this is mainly a change to the follow-up supers, okay? So there are specific follow-up supers that Happy Birthday. Happy Birthday means that they pick up both characters. So for example, if I am to do this, if I'm able to do this, he brings in both characters. I super, just like that, and then I bring in Gordeau, and Gordeau is actually able to pick up both of them, okay? He's able to pick up both of them. However, Ruby is not. Ruby has a follow-up super that doesn't pick up both characters. So if we do this exact same thing, just like this, whoops, wrong super. Okay. Whoops, once again, messed it up there. There we go. Here it is. So it picks up both characters, but Ruby does not pick up. It only picks up the main character. The second character falls out, as you saw there. Okay, so this is mainly to a change to the secondary super, the follow-up super, and this is going to be a damage change actually. So for the follow-up supers that don't Happy Birthday, the ones that don't pick up both characters, you gain an additional 500 damage. So instead of 2,000, you have 2,500. Okay, and for the supers that do pick up, they do Happy Birthday, they didn't change anything. This is mostly changing the supers that did not Happy Birthday, okay? So just to show you what I mean, right here, I'm going to be doing a super to Ragna, and you're going to see the damage change between the two patches, okay? I'm going to do it to the pre-patch and then the post-patch right afterwards, okay? So here it is, the same super, and then 5224 should be 7224. 7224. It was consistent every time. The follow-ups always do 2000, okay? Pre-patch. Now, let's do that again, but this time let's do it post-patch. Post-patch, you're going to be seeing pretty much the same result, but an extra 2500 damage. So, let's do this again. Just like this. 5531, you should be seeing like about 8 grand. Yep. There it is right there. 8 grand. So, that is the actual change itself. So for the supers that don't, the follow-up supers that don't pick up both characters, you gain an extra 2500. However, if you do have a follow-up super that does pick up both characters, you only do 2000. That's the change. That's it. All right, the next change is actually a pretty big one as well that people were complaining about, and that is the chip damage in Resonance Blaze. So when you reach Resonance Blaze level 4 and you go into Resonance Blaze, there's specific specific moves that do more damage when you block them than if you get hit by them. Yes, this is not a joke. You get more damage if you block them. So Batista was a blatant example of this. Jin is another one that's a very, very good example for this. And they changed that. So now when you do a super or you do anything when you're in Resonance Blaze, it actually does just a little bit less or just as much damage as you do whenever you get hit. So they kind of nerfed it in that way. So for example, this is pre-patch. This is Batista's damage when you block it. This is her beam super when you block it. Right here. Look at all that chip damage, all right? Look at it right there, okay? You memorize that placement. All right, let's take a look at it when you get hit, okay? When you get hit, you actually take less damage, believe it or not, which is hilarious to me. So let's take a look at it. If you do get hit, you take less damage, just like that. Just a little bit lower. So just once again, let me show off when you block it. It's a little bit more if you block it than if you get hit by it. So let's do that again. Bam. Just like that. You take more damage. Can you believe that? That's crazy to me. So it's like another, yeah, it's definitely a lot more. So they nerfed that. So now whenever you block it, it actually does less damage than if you get hit. So let's take a look at it here. And this is the post-patch version. So let's take a look at the exact same situation, but when you block it. So when you block it, here's the chip damage. Yeah, not nearly as much damage for sure. But if you get hit by it, whoops, that's that. If you get hit by it, it's the exact same damage, by the way. Oh, whoops. Let me just get the placement there. But when you do get hit by it, it's the same damage as if you did. And yeah, it's the same damage pretty much. So for the most part, that's how it was. Isn't that crazy? So whenever you block it one more time just to show off when you block it, they nerfed it. Don't worry. You can block supers and be like, all right, I won't take as much damage as if I get hit. So there's that. There's the next change. That's for any supers that do more damage than if they if they get hits, you know. So Jin, Batista, new 13's another one as well, and I bet plenty of other ones. S is probably another one too, just a bunch of other ones like that. All right, so this next change is actually 2 different changes within the entirety of the Persona cast. Okay, it's universal throughout every Persona character. All right, with some exceptions. That's what they said. So before the patch, here's the deal. Here's what happened. Okay, so before the patch, whenever you burst against your opponent's Persona, or if you were playing a Persona and you sent out a Persona against them and they burst, that Persona would be broken. And as you all may know, whenever you break a Persona, you take damage. So here is how it works. This is how it was before the patch. Let me show you what I mean. Whoops, my bad. That was my bad. Okay, here we go. As you saw, I blocked it, but my Persona still got hit. All right. The second change was if you push block you were able to push block my Persona. Whenever my Persona went up there to hit you, you could push block it. As you see the Persona being push blocked like crazy. So let's actually do a better example here. Just push block the second hit. So as you see, you can push block my Persona. All right. Post patch, you cannot push block the Persona. So not only can you not block, or you cannot break the Persona by itself, but you can't push block it either. So let's take a look at the actual change in action here. So let's move on over to post patch and let's do the exact same thing. Okay, here we go. As you see, my Persona was not broken. Pretty great. So now you can use your Personas without worry and it won't get broken. They have invincibility, but if you do get hit, they do break. So the only way they can break is if you get hit yourself. So, but if you block it, you don't have to worry about it. So that's that. The next thing, of course, you cannot push block the Persona. Let's see that in action here. There we go, right here. As you see, you cannot push block. You can push block you, like push block Narukami, but not the Persona. The Persona stays out there. So he's able to stay out there and keep harassing you pretty much. for the entire time. So that's the actual persona change that you post-patch. It's a really nice change. It kind of gives the persona characters more leverage, just because the persona characters, like, they were glass cannon. You can definitely make them work. However, they were dying very quickly just because they could break their personas and you take additional damage every time you burst, or every time and you can't, the push blocking one is a huge one, just because the specific characters like Yukiko and other ones like in that regard that you cannot push block, and that's freaking crazy because they can mix you up quite a bit. So yeah, that's the final change for the system mechanics, and that is the persona change. Well, there you have it, folks. We went through the entirety of the actual big system mechanic changes. There are a few other changes, like there's some hurt box changes, some hitbox changes, some different bugs and such, and different things that don't really matter. These are the changes that actually matter, that will make a huge difference when playing BBTAG. So anyways, guys, thank you all for watching. Thank you all for sticking by. Let me know what you guys think of these system mechanic changes. I think they're a blessing. Freaking amazing. So awesome. So awesome. And I cannot wait to be able to, you know, play some more. Basically, this is freaking awesome. So follow me on Twitter if you guys haven't already to know about me or the channel. Of course, subscribe to the channel for more BBTAG and for other good fighting game stuff. Like the video if you guys did, and of course, stay awesome, guys. Take it easy. I'll see you guys next time.